Hello everybody, welcome back to Peaks Peak. Today we are back with Paul from Williamson Ridge Outdoors, and we are doing our final segment of Paul checking out the Kubota BX to see if he wants to buy one. And I may put him on the spot when we finish this video. But today we're going to try out the mid-mount mower. So the first thing we got to do is get this loader off, get this backhoe off. That way we can turn him loose with the mower and see what he thinks.
Yeah, I'm excited about this part of it because this is one of the things that kind of completes the package of whether one of these subcompacts is going to be something that I'm looking for, because I'm kind of looking for not necessarily a zero-turn replacement, but a zero-turn supplement, I guess, because I want to be able to mow grass, and I know this is not an intended just grass mower, but I want it to be able to do those things.
Right.
And where the zero-turn, that's all I can use that for. I can only mow grass with that thing. So you have that investment in one machine versus having a machine that we've been doing multiple things with this little Kubota all day. So it's been pretty impressive of how that you can go from one job to the other and do those jobs and kind of save your back and, do some pretty big jobs that even I couldn't tackle with the M6060, like digging out the stump there on the driveway.
Right.
That's something that the M6060, I tried to dig that out. It wouldn't do it. But spend a little time with the backhoe and then spend a little time with the front loader, and now we're going to the mower, and I can definitely see that this is kind of the Swiss Army knife, as you call it.
All right, well, let's get the loader and the backhoe off, and then we'll put it to work.
Sounds good.
Disconnected.
That actually happened really fast.
All right, guys, well, we got everything set up, and so we've brought the Kubota BX out here into Paul's pasture so that he can test it out where he really wants to use this mower. He's got some spots that he feels like his zero turn is a little sketchy and it'll slide down the hill with him, and so he wants to see how the Kubota is going to handle that.
Yeah, the zero turn, it does a pretty good job, but then also the casters are small, and where this is a horse pasture, that thing drops in those hoof prints all the time, and those casters bouncing up and down, it's pretty rough. But then you also get on the sideways place, and you kind of lose a lot of control because of that bouncing, and then you're sliding down the hill sideways, and once you get the zero turn sliding, you could potentially run through a fence or something because it's hard to stop it.
Yeah.
So it gets pretty sketchy sometimes on these sideways places.
All right, well, let's fire it up and tell me what you think. He's not actually mowing this to try to finish mowing the pasture today. He's just testing it out. So he's gonna go kind of searching around for some spots that are a little more difficult, spots that he's concerned about with a zero turn, and then also to see what the finish actually looks like when he's done. And I can tell you too that I've been mowing all season so far on these blades, so they've not been sharpened for a while. They've got some beautiful pastures here.
Well, you see that after this test, I have a smile on my face too, right? I gotta say, I'm impressed with that. you know, the way that it cuts, the zero turn, that's actually why I left this here. I bush hogged this, it's been a little over a week ago, but that bush hog is still about 6 inches tall, and plus what it's grown since then, and it was really tall when I bush hogged it. And so mowing over that stuff that was already cut, plus cutting it down a little bit farther, I'm surprised like it doesn't bog down.
Yeah.
And the zero turn, you know, you couldn't have went any faster on it. Yeah, when you get to the ends and you turn around, the zero turn, yeah, would definitely be faster. But I think you would actually have to go into it slower, and then, you know, I mean, you definitely couldn't go faster than that with it.
Yeah.
So I'm really impressed with that.
So I kind of feel like you've got a situation like mine where it's not just a manicured flat piece of lawn. So a zero turn definitely has its places to be used. But in this situation, with the rough pasture and your hills and all of that, that's where the BX is going to shine. And that's kind of what I've been saying along, is it's not necessarily the best for every application, but there are some applications where having this piece of equipment really works out well for a farm or a homestead.
Yeah. You know, when you've got a piece of property, you know, we have purpose for the big tractor, you know, like using it to bale hay and do all that this tractor is not capable of. But there's all these little jobs and stuff that the big tractor is not capable of, that I'm all the time wanting something that is capable of doing that.
Right.
And then whenever it comes to all these multiple jobs of small, if you're moving small amounts of rock or trying to put in a small area, or, you know, using the backhoe for something, or mowing, that's just stuff that the big tractor's not doing, and you can't put it in those tight places to do that kind of stuff.
This is the back saver for sure. A lot of those small jobs that if all you own is a big tractor, then you're going to be doing a lot of this stuff by hand. But instead, you can slide this in there in those tight places, and you can get the work done and save your back.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right.
Have you made a decision?
I haven't 100%. The decision is I definitely want to try to get one of these. I mean, and I think that whenever I talk to Tamara about this, I think she's going to be in the same boat, because whenever she got to drive it, she realized how easy that actually was. And, you know, just to get the basic operation of it down, whereas, you know, on the M6060, it can be intimidating because of the size, and she is intimidated because of the size of it. But then it also has a bunch of things you got to do. You've got to have it in the right gear. You've got to have it in the right range, and then you've got a shifter for forward and reverse, and then you've got a clutch. And, you know, this, you just have it in your range, and you push the pedal to go forward, you push the pedal to go backwards, and you don't even hardly have to use the brakes. I mean, in fact, all this mowing here and the little turnarounds and all that stuff, I never touched the brakes at all. So it's really cool for that.
Really, anybody can drive one. My 9-year-old son drives it all the time, because it's intuitive, really simple to operate. So all around, it's a handy piece of equipment if you have the need for it.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Well, so here's what I will say. If you're not a subscriber to Williamson Ridge Outdoors, you need to go subscribe. That way you can heckle him in the comments about whether or not he's bought a Kubota BX, and you'll see updates on his channel. We hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.